So the question is, should we lie if it is beneficial to everyone, like in that certain situation, right? And so like one situation could be like if your friend gets a bad haircut and they ask you like, "Oh, do you like my haircut?" and you don't really think it looks good. But it would be like the right thing to say, "Yeah, I like it," because it wouldn't make them feel bad. And then also like you don't get blamed for like you don't feel bad because like you tell them something like that they don't like.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense. I will say, I don't know, like, I guess the word beneficial, I feel like is,
Hmm.
I don't know. I feel like for me, it's a little ambivalent because I feel like to really determine if something is like beneficial for everyone, I feel like that's like an impossible kind of situation because I feel like, yeah, so I feel like it depends on like how you like
Yeah, that makes
qualify
sense.
what
I guess
beneficial
it would be a
is.
better way of asking if it like if it's the best case scenario, if is it to lie, and if it is, then should we? Or like, do you think there's still something beneficial by like telling that friend that you actually don't like their haircut?
I would say there's certain yeah, I would say there's like definitely some benefit to
Hmm.
I guess lying at times, and I also think there's benefit at telling the truth at times. I think ultimately it depends on like the situation, but like in the haircut example, I feel like yeah, I feel like it would be a good idea to lie to like make
Yeah,
that person like feel
yeah,
better about
yeah.
themselves. Yeah.
Okay. Let me think of another example. Do you have any examples that you could think of?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, maybe like I would say like politics. I feel
Hmm.
like
That's a good
sometimes
one.
it's better to I guess pretend to be I guess oblivious to like a situation to like allow for like some level of dialogue or like cohesion in society. I would say like on one hand I feel like lying in some way would be like a suppression of like a belief which I feel like could be like harmful and I guess
Yeah, that
wouldn't
wouldn't.
actually be beneficial to
Hmm.
everyone. But I do think like if it like it just depends on like what your goals are. Like if
Yeah,
you
that makes sense. So yeah, I guess there's not really a situation where lying is beneficial to everyone because, like, as you were saying,
yeah.
like, beneficial doesn't really fit in this
Yeah.
scenario very well. But
Yeah.
thank you so much for talking to me.
Yeah, of
I appreciate that a
course.
lot.
Yeah.
So the first question is, should we lie if it is beneficial to everyone? So, what do you think?
First thoughts.
Hmm.
It's a bit too broad of a question for me to answer, I think,
Okay.
because I would want to know the lie. I would want to know what you consider beneficial. And I also would want, like, I want to know how you get this lie to everyone. I,
So one example would be if your friend got a bad haircut and they
mhm.
asked like, "Do you think it looks good?" In that situation, the beneficial would be like the best case scenario, and then to everyone would be like everyone involved in the situation.
uh, well, in the bad haircut situation, kind of depends. I feel like on the relationship you have with your friend.
Hmm.
Um, I think I don't know if I would consider it categorically beneficial to just ignore a terrible haircut, for example. It could be just your opinion informing that.
Yeah.
If you're like, I think that's a bad haircut, but I'm not going to tell them. But if they got like a crazy mohawk that they didn't want and looks like definitively choppy,
Hmm.
then maybe it would be in your favor to be like, hey, that's not. I don't. Did you look in a mirror?
Yeah. And then how do you think that would change with like someone you're closer or like more distant with?
I think that's interesting. I think depending on what the lie incites in people, like I think if you want to do a white lie that will like smooth over relations, it's it's easier to do that to strangers
Hmm.
um, because they will catch you in the lie less, and probably it's easier to lie to strangers also because you don't have to follow up with
Yeah.
the lie as
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
much, and the closer you are, I don't know like statistics on how much people value honesty, but I feel like honesty in a closer relationship is beneficial for the overall strength of a relationship. So even if you have to ruin one day, well, I mean, it depends on the day also.
So yeah, it could be not good if like if your lie isn't good enough and then your friend knows that you're lying and then it ruins relations. Is that sort of what you were?
Yeah, sure. Example: if you were lying about like hooking up with your best friend's partner, that'd
Hmm.
probably be a not too beneficial lie.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, there's also so many complicating factors around it, though. I don't know. Maybe the best friend is having like a terrible day. No idea. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to justify that lie, but I think it's complicated. But I'd like to think that the value of honesty it should be enshrined in close
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
relationships.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. No problem.